Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be reading questions on Reddit again. I ignored a message from an old friend because I was pregnant and exhausted. They passed away 2 days later. I was pregnant and so sick. I had to move to a new place that I hated and I had a very bad morning sickness. My husband was out most days. One night I got a message from an old friend asking me if we can talk. I was so tired and it was just so late. I ignored it thinking I'll get to it later. 2 days later, I found Facebook flooding with posts about her death. Apparently, she slept and never woke up. No one knows what happened. I couldn't tell anyone that she reached out because I was truly ashamed of what I did. That was a few years ago, and I still remember her every day and can't forgive myself because she was my high school best friend. That's like really sad, but I feel like it's not your fault. It's definitely not your fault because like you don't really know. And you guys seem like kind of young too. Like young people don't just die like that all the time, so how would you have known? It's not your fault. I have a creepy one for us, okay? I talked to the ghosts at my job on the overnight shift. I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in ghosts. Everyone at my job, most of my coworkers, and the people who live here in the group home believe that the house is haunted by a ghost called Kyle. Okay, first, never name the ghosts. Never name them. My first 6 months here, I didn't see or hear anything despite working 10-hour overnight shifts by myself and joked about being ghost repellent. I didn't want to be rude and tell my coworkers I thought it was ridiculous, you know? I'm a skeptic, not an asshole. Though they do know I don't believe in ghosts. I still don't believe in ghosts, but honestly, I 100% understand why someone would think this place was haunted. Over the last month, weird noises down certain hallways have increased during my shifts. I'll hear doors click, the buildings creak, and I'll go check and see if a resident is up and need to be let to the bathroom, only to find no one is there. One time I straight up heard a cough that sounded like it was right outside the office. The reasonable explanation is that the house is really old and everything is linoleum with very little what does that even say? With very little fabric to dampen the sound, so I'm sure that someone coughs in their room and it echoes into the wings. But I've started sticking my head out the door and telling Kyle to knock it off, and it works. I'm still a skeptic. There's definitely not enough evidence for me to suddenly believe in ghosts, but I will admit telling Kyle to chill out and let me do my paperwork in peace does make me feel significantly less creeped out. My coworkers can never know. I will never live it down. What if Kyle was somebody who died there? Y'all need to let Kyle go. He needs to be free. Let him rest. I'm feeling a little bored of the confessions, so I think I'm gonna read some Am I the Asshole posts. And these are a bit longer. Am I the asshole for not attending my husband's celebration dinner due to the restaurant not having anything I could eat? My husband has been working really hard the last 2 years to advance at his company, and he finally got the promotion he's been after. I'm really proud of him. His parents are too and want to take us out to dinner to celebrate. My husband absolutely loves prime rib, and there's only one place in our area that serves it, so he picked that restaurant. Thing is, I'm not fond of steak, but I eat it but very rarely. I prefer chicken or fish. I looked up the menu before leaving, and right now, we have a limited menu. The place had only one fish entree and 2 chicken entrees, and none of them sounded good for various reasons. I suggested that he pick someplace else so everyone can eat. He refused, citing that we rarely go to this place, but go to other places in our area regularly, which is true. But those places has lots of variety so everyone can eat. He suggested that I ask if they could prepare the fish or chicken without them marinades or sauces, but I didn't want to be difficult for the kitchen staff. His next suggestion was that I order dessert while everyone else ate entrees, and then when they were done he would take me to where I wanted so I could eat dinner while he and the kids ate dessert. So I opted to just not go because I didn't want to sit there and eat nothing and not having a good time while everyone else was. My husband asked me to go so he could celebrate with people most important to him. I told him no again and that he needed to get going before he was late. He did go, but came back a little over an hour later with the kids, and they all had to-go boxes. He said he couldn't think of what to tell the kids about why I didn't go, and they kept asking without lying or making me sound bad, so he just got an order for them to go and let the kids spend some time with their grandparents talking in the parking lot. I told him he should have stayed, but then I put him in a bad spot with the kids, and that I knew he wanted everyone there, and that I should have just gotten over my picky eating for the night. I maintain if he really wanted us to eat dinner as a family, he should have picked a restaurant with a more accommodating menu. Update. Some of these comments are pretty harsh, but a kick in the pants. I've apologized profusely to my husband, and I'm gonna take him to that restaurant this weekend and buy him some camping gear. He's been eyeing to start making it up to him and changing course. Okay, I was gonna say, you're kind of an asshole because it's not like you don't eat meat. There are meat options there that you can eat, and you're just being picky. You could have also picked like an appetizer or something. Could have eat some French fries, you know? Also, you don't have a food allergy. So I think you're the asshole. I'm sorry. You are the asshole. Am I the asshole for throwing a cup of water on my naked husband? Why does it say asshole poo mode? Guys, I'm new to this sub. What does that mean? Asshole poo mode. My husband has been tested for ADHD but doesn't have it. He has the kinds of problems that are associated with ADHD, however. He says writing lists, making schedule, setting alarms, etc. is physically painful for him, and he'd rather just deal with occasional emergencies rather than be proactive. The specific problem: he often forgets to push the shower divider valve down. You know, the little rod on the tub faucet that you push down to make the water fill up the tub and pull up to make the water come out of the shower. For nearly 20 fucking years, I've been asking him to push that down. Since I was literally a teenager, I've been asking him to push that fucking thing down. At least twice a month, I have a very unpleasant wake up / cold shower because I turn the water on and I get a cold spray from the shower, and every fucking time he's apologetic, and then a week or two later it happens again. Oh, she's mad. I don't really know what the heck she's talking about though. If you guys know what she's talking about, please let me know, because this is a little confusing. Why is she getting sprayed? I don't know what that is that she's talking about. I might be too young. I might be too young to know that. Anyways, we're continuing. He will do better for a while, and then he slips in it again. He's always telling me that he's working on it, and he hasn't been better about it lately, but somehow he's always working on it, always improving, but it never fucking stops. This girl is fed up. Today I just fucking had it. I stepped into the shower, turned it on, and had a very cold and rude awakening. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. I grabbed the cup by the sink and filled it for about 3 inches with cold water and walked to where he was standing naked. He had just taken off his pajamas and he was going to take a shower after mine. Without warning, while he was looking down, I held the plastic cup firmly in my hand and grasped it tightly. I jerked that motherfucker in a 45-degree angle to get that cold water all over his torso and face. I told him that his apologies were worth the paper they were written on, and I was tired of listening to him congratulate himself for getting better, when I had been asking for 20 fucking years to stop doing this shit. I told him I don't accept his apologies, and the fact that it's an accident does not excuse it. I told him that from now on, every time I'm taking a cold shower, so is he. That I refuse to be a second-class citizen in my own home any longer. And if he refuses to make changes to treat me better, I will instead make changes to treat him worse, because I will not tolerate this any longer. I'm going to continue to throw a cold cup of water on him every time I get a surprise cold shower. I'm tired of fucking asking / begging for basic fucking respect and not getting it, with the implication that I have to put fucking up with this forever. So Reddit, I know I'm probably an asshole, but am I a justified asshole? Edited. To add the forgotten words asking / begging. Edit to answer the questions everyone is asking. Question, why don't I just check myself / why do I expect him to leave it the way I want it left? Answer, I don't expect him to leave it the way I want. I expect for him to leave the things the way he found them. When he walks into the bathroom, it's pushed down. That's how I leave it. So he doesn't get blasted with cold water, but he doesn't leave things the way that he found them. Instead, he often leaves the last 10 or 20% of the task for me to clean up for him. Question, why don't I leave it the way I found it? Why don't you leave it up if he leaves it up? Answer, if I left things the way that I found them, I would live in a sty. I would also spend a great deal of energy making things messier, as I would literally be cleaning it up to make space for myself and then undoing that work to put things back as a mess. Question, explain your shower to me / why or two things. 1, she should be checking before she turns it on because he's been doing that for years. And 2, he does deserve the cold water in a way. I think maybe the way she's going about it is a little harsh, but how else is he going to learn? I am not entirely on her side because I don't think I would do that. I think I would probably leave, I think I'll probably turn the spigot thing back on so he can get sprayed, and I'll turn the water to the coldest setting so he can get sprayed every time he goes in there. But yeah, I think he's more of the jerk for not doing that for 20 years. Like, I don't know. I would probably beat my man over that. But I don't think I would go as far as to throw a cup of cold water on him, because then I would feel bad after, you know what I mean? But he deserves like a little bit of a threat, because sometimes men don't change unless they are threatened. So she needs to threaten him, but with something else other than the cup of cold water, because that might be a little too harsh, I think. Would I be the a-hole for ending my relationship over a cat? No. I'm gonna say no. Let's go. My boyfriend, 22 male, and me, 25 female, have been together for a year and living together for 3 months. Everything has been decently okay except for one thing. Before moving in, I already had 2 cats, 1 male and 1 female, and he had 1. Since moving in, he has been calling my male cat stupid, kicking him out of the room at night because he purrs, while claiming he's too loud and making me feel bad for taking my cat's side and telling him to quit his shit. Would I be wrong for ending my relationship over it because my cat is the sweetest boy ever and just wants to be pet and sit on his people? Girl, no. No. Please get rid of that man. He is too rude to your favorite boy, okay? He is too rude to the cat, and that is not okay. All animals are so sweet and loving, and they just want to be loved back. And he is not loving him back. He is abusing him. So please leave. I went through my boyfriend's phone and found something he shouldn't have. Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend, 35M, saved nudes from a girl on IG. Not just 1, but 2, but 6 or 7. I, 27 female, found them. He tried to say they were old. He still had old ones from before me that I have gotten upset about in the past. And before me, we have been together for 2 years. I told him no, the pictures have dates and times. One picture was actually from the date 2/2/24. He's saved all of these on the 11th. So no, it's not old. But now he's mad at me because and doesn't want to talk to me and possibly split because I went through his phone and found them. So now he can't trust me, which I'm wrong for even going through it. But we had this problem in the past, and he was acting super weird anytime I was around his phone, making sure he grabbed it to go anywhere, leave it face up, etc. Am I the a-hole? No. If you feel like your partner is being suspicious about their phone and you decide to go through it and you actually find stuff that's cheating, you're not the asshole. He is literally cheating on you. He is cheating on you. So no, you already don't really trust him from before. So he's not doing anything to make you feel like you need to trust him now. And now he's just wasting your time because he's waiting for his girl of his dreams to appear, you know? If you were the girl of his dreams, if he was your soulmate, he would not be doing anything to make you feel uncomfortable. And if you say, hey, you having news from these girls from past relationships still saved in your phone makes me uncomfortable, and he doesn't delete it right away, he is not your man. Leave him. Okay, guys, that's all I can manage to read today. Hopefully I improved on my reading. Thank you for watching if you made it till the end. I love you, and goodbye.